After the secret midnight journey across the Yamuna, the divine child Krishna now grew up in the humble village of Gokul. Here, under the loving care of Nanda and Yashoda, the Lord of the universe lived the life of a simple cowherd boy. Gokul was no ordinary village. It was blessed by Krishna's presence. The river Yamuna flowed gently nearby. The cows grazed on lush green fields, and the air was filled with the sound of Krishna's flute. The villagers often said, "When Krishna smiles, the whole of Gokul smiles with him." But it was not just his smile, it was his mischievous nature that made him unforgettable. Every morning, Krishna and his friends would plan new adventures. Climbing trees, playing in the dust, and chasing calves were his favorite games. Yet, nothing delighted him more than his love for Makhan. Krishna, along with his friends, would form human pyramids to reach the hanging pots of curd and Makhan. The gopis tried to hide their treasures high above, but no pot was safe from Krishna. Sometimes he would feed his friends, sometimes the monkeys, and sometimes simply smear his own face with Makhan. The gopis would run to Yashoda saying, "Your son is the leader of the Makhan thieves." But when Yashoda tried to scold him, Krishna's innocent eyes melted her anger into love. One day, as Yashoda caught him red-handed, she asked him to open his mouth. What she saw inside left her speechless. The entire universe appeared within Krishna's tiny mouth. The sun, the moon, the stars, the oceans, the mountains, and even herself, all reflected inside him. In that moment, Yashoda realized her child was none other than the Supreme Lord. But Krishna's divine power soon made her forget, and once again, she saw him only as her beloved son. While Krishna brought endless joy to Gokul, danger was never far away. Kamsa, still haunted by the prophecy of his death, sent demon after demon to destroy the child. The first was Putana, the demoness. She disguised herself as a beautiful woman and entered Nanda's house. She took Krishna on her lap and offered him poisoned milk. But Krishna sucked not just the milk, but her very life away. Putana screamed and fell to the ground, revealing her giant demonic form. The villagers were terrified, but Krishna lay there, smiling innocently. Next came Sakatasura, the cart demon. As baby Krishna lay beneath a heavy cart, the demon tried to crush him, but with one playful kick of his tiny foot, Krishna shattered the cart into pieces. The villagers were amazed. How could a small child destroy such a massive cart? Soon after came Trinavata, the whirlwind demon. He lifted Krishna high into the sky in the form of a storm. The earth shook, trees bent, and dust filled the air. But suddenly Krishna grew heavier and heavier until Trinavarta could no longer carry him. The demon fell from the sky with a crash, lifeless, and little Krishna sat safely, laughing on the ground. But these were only the beginning of his battles. As Krishna grew older, he began to herd calves with his brother Balarama and their friends. The forests of Vrindavan became their playground. One day, a demon named Vatsasura came in the form of a calf, hiding among the herd. But Krishna immediately recognized him. He caught the demon by the legs and threw him into a tree, ending his life instantly. Another time, the mighty Dhanukasura, a demon in the form of a donkey, blocked the children from entering the Tala forest. The forest was full of sweet fruits, but no one dared to go there. Balarama caught the demon by his legs and whirled him around, smashing him against a tree. The entire forest shook and the children rejoiced, filling their baskets with fruit. Each of these Leelas showed that Krishna was not an ordinary child. To the people of Gokul, he was that naughty little boy who loved Makhan and played prank. But to the demons and enemies of Dharma, he was the fierce protector, the destroyer of evil. Through these divine acts, Krishna taught the world that innocence can hide immense strength. That love is the highest power, and that even the darkest of forces cannot overcome the light of the divine. Thus continued Krishna's childhood in Gokul, filled with mischief, miracles, and boundless love. But the story of his Leelas had only just begun. For soon Krishna's divine flute would enchant the hearts of the gopis, and his destiny would draw him closer to his battle with Kamsa.